Mario Kart is the highest selling racing game of all time, beating out every other racing game by a wide margin. But how did it get this way? I'm going to cover each console game and see what made each game different from the last. Released in 1992, Mario Kart began on the Super Nintendo with Super Mario Kart. There were 8 Mario characters to race as: Mario, Luigi, Princess Peach, Yoshi, Bowser, Donkey Kong Jr., Koopa Troopa, and Toad. The items featured in this game have become staples to the series, with the banana, red shell, and green shells, mushrooms, lightnings, stars, and coins, with the feather and boo item also being okay additions as well. A lot of these courses had similar things going on with this number situation. These courses were always very samey, not much to separate them, nothing unique about them. They weren't good at all. But this was on the SNES, so it's to be expected. This game uses a pseudo 3D technique to appear to be 3D. Techniques like these were seen in F-Zero beforehand. With the big name behind it, and being a decent racing game, this game was a massive success on the Super Nintendo. Overall, a very simple racing game with cool mascots to carry it to success. Let's move on now. Released in 1996 for the Nintendo 64, Mario Kart 64 was the first true 3D experience for the series. No more techniques were being used to emulate 3D. It could be done with no gimmicks needed. One of the downsides to this game was its very low character selection. 8 characters total. Again, kind of low for a Nintendo 64 game. They dropped Donkey Kong Jr. for Donkey Kong, which makes perfect sense. I don't even know why Donkey Kong Jr. wasn't Donkey Kong in the original. Item-wise, nothing too special was added in this game, except for the blue shell. This item has been a nightmare for every player, and it all started in this game. Items were good to begin with, so not much change was good anyway. The tracks in this game were a massive leap from its predecessor. Tracks like Toad's Turnpike, Calamari Desert, Bowser's Castle, and Rainbow Road. These were leaps better than what was offered in the previous game. The game still uses 2D sprites for the characters, but the game still looked really good for the time. Battle mode was also introduced in this game. This is a great battle mode. Tons of great stages, like Block 4. The Nintendo 64 was built with 4-player multiplayer in mind, so this game took advantage, and multiplayer is one of the key factors of this game's fun. For the first leap into 3D for the series, this game was perfect. Released in 2003 for the Nintendo GameCube, Double Dash is the most unique game in the series ever. With having to pick 2 characters now, this offers strategy. The game also had character unique items, like the Fireball, Chain Chomp, Yoshi Egg, Giant Banana, Triple Shell, or the Bomb, just to mention a few. Characters like Mario and Luigi had the Fireball, but let's say you picked Mario and Yoshi. There was a 50-50 chance to get the Fireball or the Giant Yoshi Egg. The stages were also very good, but starting from Mario Kart 64, all tracks are decent. The character selection has grown a lot with 20 playable characters, a big step up from the previous game's 8. Even with the 2 character setup, this game doesn't change that drastically. The game is still Mario Kart, nothing different. Item wise, not related to unique character items, there isn't anything new. So now to talk about how the 2 character setup works. One character drives and the other hangs on the back. Both characters can hold items, but the one in the back is the only one who can throw or use the items. So you have to switch positions to use items. Battle mode in this game was also great, just like Mario Kart 64. Stages were great in this battle mode, just to mention a few: Block City and Luigi's Mansion. This is another big graphical leap in the franchise, and took a big unique twist with having 2 characters and a cart. Released in 2008 for the Nintendo Wii, Mario Kart Wii has the most unoriginal name and the least new additions in the entire series in my opinion. But this game has a lot of charm and cool things about it. The character selection is one of them, with 26 characters, a big selection. This game features an iconic character seen only once in the series and is one of the most beloved characters, Funky Kong. Also, Rosalina, Dry Bowser, and Mies were added, which are fine too. Related to vehicles now, there's bikes in the game, alongside carts. This is a very fun thing, a great addition. Now you can do wheelies and different tricks with it, and not have to stick to a boring cart is great. There's now tricks in the game which you can do by shaking the Wii remote. This gives speed. This allows for more things to do while racing. To be honest, the graphics in this game aren't very appealing, feeling very lifeless compared to Double Dash. The Wii Wheel was also a fun gimmick in this game to play around with for a couple hours at least. But let's talk tracks now. Great tracks as usual, with some standouts like Coconut Mall, Maple Treeway, and Wario's Gold Mine. This is also the first Mario Kart on console with online play, which worked alright on the Wii. Overall, a great game with some cool additions to the series. Released in 2014 for the Wii U, Mario Kart 8 was the first Mario Kart in HD. This game wasn't played by many since it was stranded on the failing Wii U, but this game was great. The character selection is massive. They cut Funky Kong and some cool characters, but the cast is still massive. The game introduced zero gravity, which allows you to go upside down and ride on the side of walls. This is cool, but you can't even tell when you're in zero gravity half the time, which sucks. I'm gonna say it now though, this game is beautiful. It's stunning, even for the underpowered Wii U. They utilized everything they had. The tracks are great too, with standouts being Sunshine Airport, Electrum, Cloudtop Cruise, and many more. Now, let's talk about the improved retro tracks. Retro tracks were in previous games, but weren't updated that much in previous games, so they felt bland and boring. Now in Mario Kart 8, they spunk up all retro tracks. This makes playing old tracks a lot more fun to play than in previous titles. Let's talk about this game's battle mode now. This game's battle mode is a mess. It's terrible. No tracks made specifically for battle mode, just tracks ripped straight from the original game. Nothing modified, nothing changed that much. This makes everything feel off, with these courses being way too big for what is needed for the original battle mode to work and feel right. Okay, let's talk about music now. The music in this game is breathtaking. So many amazing tracks that put momentum into each race. Even tracks from Mario Galaxy were put in this game, which is a great touch. Overall, a great game with really good online play, and great tracks and graphics. Finally, released in 2017 for the Nintendo Switch, Mario Kart 8 Deluxe was Mario Kart 8 with all the DLC, an improved battle mode, new characters, and double item slots. First, the battle mode is completely revamped with unique tracks to it, unlike Mario Kart 8, with them just taking tracks from the normal game and doing nothing to make them feel like battle tracks in the first place. Also, they added a unique item to battle mode, the feather. This item is not that good, it's alright. Now, for the new characters, there's Bowser Jr., King Boo, and Dry Bowser. Cool characters added. Double item slots is a nice addition as well. It adds more intensity to the races, I guess. That is all the changes for the deluxe version though. There's DLC rolling out this year, so there will be new additions for at least the next year now. That was for the most part the defining features of each console Mario Kart. I didn't include handheld systems, but I might cover them someday. I hope you enjoyed this video and liked hearing a little about each game in the series.